something family friendly. Hansel and Gretel. This young man.
That
is clever.
has
Hansel.
violence.
What violence?
They toss a witch into the oven.
She gets her just desserts.
Hey, no. Hey, you know what we should tell instead? The story of that one incident with the red bear.
No! Now, last time we told that, I ended up in the stocks for a week.
It cost me so much money.
But I thought we were telling the story of the small sad wolf. 'Tis my turn to shine.
They
again.
want to have your
No. He said we're telling Hansel and Gretel.
You just made me sadder.
Maestro!
What?
Magic fish! I already sparkle!
No! We're telling.
But what about a story about benevolent elves who help shoemakers in need? I mean, there's no violence there.
No, we're telling.
Hansel and Gretel! I did check that one out at the library.
And Hansel and Gretel starts as all good stories start with once upon a time. There was a gruff but kind-hearted woodsman.
I am a woodsman.
I believe I just said that.
Yes, you did.
Who had a lovely wife and two beautiful children named Hansel and Gretel. Sadly, Hansel and Gretel's mother had passed away, and their loving father did not want his children to grow up without the care of a good woman, so he remarried. Unfortunately, Hansel and Gretel's stepmother was less than kind.
Excuse me? I just be a perfectly wonderful and generous woman who loves children and would never hurt a hair on their chinny chin chin.
As you can see, the stepmother had it in for Hansel and Gretel. As an example, there was a famine on the land, and this good woman, I use that term loosely, convinced her husband to take his very own dear children deep into the dark, dangerous wood and abandon them there.
There's not enough food to feed everyone. We shall surely starve if we keep them here, but instead perhaps someone in the deep, dark, dangerous woods will take care of the children.
Wait, what?
Cross my heart and hope they die.
Now Gretel had heard her stepmother's nefarious plans, and she ran back to Hansel to tell him what was afoot.
Oh dear, what are we going to do now? Fear not, my dear and dopey darling. Tonight, when stepmama has gone to bed, I shall sneak out of the house and fetch some shiny white pebbles. When our evil parents take us into the forest tomorrow, I shall drop the pebbles along our path, and when they leave us and the moon comes out, we shall follow the pebble path straight back home.
And with that, Gretel put her plan into action. She went into the yard. She picked as many shiny white stones as her pockets would carry.
That's
And then
another
secure
Jennifer.
in the knowledge that she had her way back home, she snuck off to bed, and the children fell deep asleep. Now, the next morning, they got up and had to do their chores like normal. And as the day wore away, their stepmother came to them.
It is almost nighttime.
It'd be the time. It'd be almost the night of the full moon. For if we must do this dirty business, let us do it now. Then my children shall be guided by moonlight.
Oh, did someone summon me? For I am the moonlight elf, and yes, I did. I come with shoes. This is not the shoemaker and the elf. You are in the wrong story. Now shoot. Shoes? Shoot.
How now? Who art thou?
I am the mysterious lady of the forest. I know more than I should, and I will make sure the audience knows what story we are telling.
I believe that is my task.
You are very welcome for my services.
I didn't ask thee for thy
You
service.
are very welcome for...
Can we get back to my part of the story, please? 'Tis evening, children. Let's go for a picnic. But 'tis almost dark. A most wondrous time for a picnic. Here, crust of bread, crust of bread.
And with that, their parents led Hansel and Gretel off into the forest. Now they walked and walked and walked and twisted and turned until their feet were sore and the children were well and truly lost. Now, Gretel, being clever, had dropped stones along the path to mark her way back home.
Oh, look! A beautiful place for a picnic.
I'm tired. Me too.
Well, why don't you take a little nap for a moment?
And the children fell almost instantly asleep and didn't notice when their parents made good their getaway.
Magic fish! Magic fish! 'Tis I, the magic fish. Grant a wish, wish a wish. Has anyone seen a magic fish? It slipped out of my hands. It was so slippery. Swim that way.
It's
That
over
way.
there. Take it away.
Oh, you are no help.
It really is over there. Well, not very long later, the children awoke. The moon had risen high into the sky, but the forest was dark and scary.
Fear not, Hansel. Look, do you see the path of shining pebbles? These pebbles will lead us home.
And so off through the forest the children went, following the path right back home. Now when they arrived home, their loving father was overjoyed that they were safe. Their stepmother was less so.
My children! How wonderful it is to see you!
Children! You're here! Off to bed, you naughty little things! Oh, surely now we will starve. There's not enough food to feed all the mouths.
I'm sure we'll think of something.
Yeah, I think I will take them myself into the woods and abandon them tomorrow night.
Now, the woodsman, with a broken heart filled with woe, agreed to... The woodsman, with a broken heart filled with woe, agreed.
I...
Now, Gretel had been listening at the door, and she ran to tell Hansel what was happening.
Hansel, the door is barred and I cannot go out to fetch pebbles. Whatever are we going to do now? Fear not. I will think of something. Sleep now, my dear and dopey one. Dopey?
Fairy tale!
And so the children fell asleep. Now, in the morning, their stepmother unlocked their door and set them to their chores. They worked and worked all day until the sun was about to set.
Oh, lovely children, let's go pick some mushrooms.
What?
Crust of bread, let's go.
Now their stepmother gave them each a crust of bread and took them off into the forest to gather mushrooms. Now, Gretel, not having any stones to drop, broke off crumbs from her crust of bread and left them on the path. They walked and walked and walked through twists and turns until their feet were sore and they were well and truly lost.
Oh, look, what a wonderful place to forage for mushrooms.
Yay!
Now the children were exhausted and fell almost instantly asleep. Now they didn't notice when their stepmother made her getaway. Soon the children awoke, and the moon had risen high into the sky, but the forest was dark and scary.
Bottle up your falling and take heed, Hansel. I have cleverly left a trail of breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs? I see no breadcrumbs. There's a very odd, strange-looking bird. I'll help his blood!
Just then there appeared a small sad wolf. Wait, a small sad wolf.
My, what big eyes you have!
Nay! Nay, nay, nay! This is not Little Red Riding Hood. You are in the wrong story.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down!
Hey! You see little piggies around here.
1, 2. This is not the Three Little Pigs. If you do not skedaddle off this stage, I will take thy tail.
How is a hard-working wolf supposed to work in these conditions? Just isn't fair.
Not paid enough for this.
It's not fair that we have a wolf and Hansel and Gretel.
You do not see me, and you're welcome.
Let's get some rest. Maybe things will look better in the morning.
Now the children fell asleep, and in the morning things did look better. At least it was light out. Taking their fate into their own hands, they walked and walked and walked through the forest, through twists and turns, until their feet were sore, and they were even more lost than they had been before. Worse yet, the children were hungry.
Gretel, look! A house made of gingerbread! And it's iron canning and icing and spun sugar! Let's eat!
The children fell upon the wolves like the house like little wolves, and they didn't notice the old twisted crone who came around the corner of the house.
Nibble, little mouse, who is nibbling on my house. What did you say, old crone?
I did say old crone.
My pardon, I be but 4 and 20.
Truly.
4 and 40 at the most.
Well then, a lady of indeterminate years came slowly around the corner of the house. She went up to the children and invited them inside for a proper meal, because one should never start with dessert.
Oh, do come in, have some turkey and some potatoes and some pie. We must fatten you right up.
Now the children fell asleep and the woman began creeping up on...
Magic fish! Magic fish!
Tis my turn to shine.
And with that the witch, or which what was, grabbed Hansel by the scruff and threw Hansel into an iron-barred cage and locked it. And then she chained up Gretel and forced her to become a serving girl, cooking and cleaning and sleeping on the floor. Oh, the humanity, the horror, the terror.
Attend one moment. Some of us don't like the way we're being portrayed in this tale. For you see, I just put my heart and my soul into this lovely cottage in order to win the best gingerbread house in the woods contest.
There's such a thing?
I have won it 70 years running.
What?
7 years running.
Then explain to me, and these good people,
Aye.
the iron-barred cage and the girl chained to the floor.
In sooth, 'tis not a cage, 'tis simply a very safe place with bars of iron surrounding it. And the girl, she just wished to cook and clean, and she just begged me, and so
Let's see if she can explain this. You see, the witch decreed that she was going to fatten up Hansel and make him into a proper feast for herself. And each day she would go to the cage, and she would bid Hansel to stick his finger out of the cage so that she could feel it. She had terrible eyesight. And that way she would know whether Hansel was becoming fatter. Hansel was clever. Hansel stuck out a chicken bone each day, and when the witch felt it, she felt that he was not getting fatter at all.
nay, 'twas just simply a misunderstanding. Didst I say I wish to have the children for dinner? Nay, the children over for dinner. Do I look like someone who would eat children?
Now, becoming very impatient, the witch finally decided that today was the day for her feast. So she bid Gretel build a great fire in the oven.
Girl, stoke up that fire and be sure that it is properly hot enough. Check it, will you?
Now, the witch had a plan because she was also going to throw Gretel into the oven when she put her head in to check the oven.
But how will I know if the fire is hot enough? Auntie, can you please show me?
It's just a simple task. You put your head in like this, and...
And with a great shove, Gretel shoved the witch into the oven, slammed the door shut, and the witch was slain and gone forever.
Now you see! Here I am, a poor widow woman, innocent, and this mean, nasty girl pushes me into the stove? I mean, I am severely vexed at this.
Slain and gone forever.
Ah, you not see the last of me!
Now, what?
We've been
trying to reach you about your carriage's extended warranty.
This is a really bad time.
Wolf in sheep's clothing?
I'm sorry. It's the part for Wolf's play.
Oh, my dear, I see that you may need some new shoes. I come with, my rates are quite reasonable. Just a sip of milk and a small crust of bread.
But do you have dental?
Hey, magic fish!
Sister, get out of the doorway. I brought the tomatoes for... Oh, it smells lovely in here. Are the children already in the oven? Oh, my goodness. Ah!
Oh my goodness! Oh, magic fish! Oh my goodness! Oh! Oh, my sparkles and fins! Clumsy of me.
I'm not covered.
Elsie, I'm here to release you from your cage.
Nay, I'm quite good. So comfy not being pushed into an oven. But I do wish her father were here to rescue us.
The contest starts at 3:45.
I am a woodsman. Children, thou art here. I have been searching all over for thee. Oh, let us return home post haste. Something's wrong here. Something be wrong here. Why, Hansel, what art thou doing in that iron-barred, safe, cozy space over there? And Gretel, are chains in fashion again or something? My goodness, I wish thou wouldst dispense with such frippery.
Your wish is granted.
You! Oh, my wish would stop moving about. Oh, your wish is granted? Is that all it took?
I do wish you would have heard my side of the story in the first place and believed it.
A wish? Your wish is granted!
Hey, that's not fair.
Life isn't always fair, and that's the story of how two wicked children made Hansel and Gretel. Took advantage of a poor widow woman, devouring her house, telling lies about her to everyone, and how they got their just desserts.
Which desserts are those?
The gingerbread house. Moreover, because the magic fish could not run away, the children captured it. They enslaved the magic fish, and they used its power to conquer the kingdom and make themselves into tyrannical rulers.
Really?
Yes, really. That is, until a plucky band of partly baked adventurers overthrew her and saved the kingdom. But that's another story. Yes?
Well, if that is the end of the story,
They
then
all
they live
well,
happily
most of them live happily.
ever after.
We are the Benevolent Fellowship of Fools, Troubadours, Minstrels, and Storytellers. And I bid you, go out into the fair today because there is more to see and more to do. Enjoy yourselves and go in.
Thank you for wearing a costume. 3:45 is the costume contest to qualify for.
Over there.
That
You have a costume. You want to watch the costume contest?